Now, hey guys, what's going on? How y'all doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. I was just watching a little bit of Michael Bordenero, and he had mentioned something about college degrees, getting good jobs, earning a living wage, and retirement, and essentially how that ship has sailed. That dream is only going to be just that, a dream, a fantasy. It is no longer a reality. It's over with. It's done. Stick a fork in it. Call it a day. And this is actually something that I talked about a little bit on another video. And he says it just doesn't work anymore. Retirement and jobs are finished. This is the title to his video that he just put up. Work until you die, ... What do you guys think about that? How do you feel about that? Think about it, working until you die. Now, I'm gonna share a little bit of backstory on this other story of this young lady who essentially has a master's degree in education. However, she is unable to find a job that in teaching in her specific area and field of study that will compensate and pay her what she needs to in order to survive, to pay her bills. And inevitably the job that she ended up taking and the route that quite possibly many more are going to take. Here, check this out. Crazy stuff, folks. Wild and crazy stuff. And it doesn't work. This Florida waitress says she's tried doing what she loved but couldn't afford to live. And can collecting degrees just leave you feeling burned? They even ask, MoneyWise here asks, would you like fries with your PhD? Take a look at your screen. Waiting tables is a common way for students to make some extra pocket change while in college. But now many keep serving way past college graduation. Genevieve.show revealed that she is one of these people. And after graduating with a master's degree in education, she realized that none of the jobs in her field pay enough to cover her rent. The Fort Lauderdale, Florida resident took a serving job at a bar instead, which she claims pays better than an education job. Quote, in this economy as a post-grad Gen Z, I cannot afford to start a career on a first-year salary. And quote, I tried doing what I love. It doesn't work out for me. And I don't remember who mentioned this, but basically any degree, the way that they made this connection and this relationship to college degrees and the expense and cost of the burden of student loans and this post-secondary education was that any degree that you choose to pursue now will be irrelevant by the time you actually receive it and graduate, for the most part. And MoneyWise even shares some other tidbits here. Education versus serving, the cost of an advanced degree, which is like something like $350,000 if you want to go to
for your degree at Dartmouth. It's $360,000. Okay.
Yeah, 360 grand if you want to go to Dartmouth College. And yeah, the cost of an advanced degree, is it really worth it? Are advanced degrees worth it? I didn't even know that one was coming up. And yeah, so the Florida server can't make enough in her field. Maybe, I'm not saying that she is, but maybe OnlyFans is an option. And you know, far be it from me to not help and support anybody in their career path. And there are others, I believe, that have done this as well. I think there was a teacher who just lost her new job. She ended up transitioning into the healthcare industry after being let go or fired or resigned from school because the students found out that, or the faculty and staff found out, or the parents found out that she had an OnlyFans. But she said that she cleared $1 million in a year on OnlyFans. So I'd have to say that, you know, is this advanced degree worth it? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, and apparently Hollywood is making everyone scream after Kylie Jenner reveals her latest modifications. A giant chin implant that gives her an underbite, folks. Oh my. Oh my Kai. Kylie reveals her giant chin implant that gives her an underbite, is what fans are saying. Kylie looks AI generated. Fans claim and compare Star to Zombie in new selfies with this chin that she's got. And Kylie Jenner has been called out by fans for seemingly having a chin implant after noticing her face looking different in a new photo. Oh, and Paige Spiranak, seen here on your screen, showing off her great tips. Yeah, tips with a P, folks. Get your mind out of the gutter. What do you think about that? Now, hear me out. Think about this. Shouldn't we likely expect to see a wave of increased volume by way of applicants and folks searching for jobs as the economy is tanking, the jobs market, income is dwindling, savings is non-existent for the most part based on pretty much every headline I read, every YouTube video I watch, everyone that I hear. And the simple fact of the matter is that now it's going to be slim pickings. And if you have a degree, great. Odds are you've probably invested a lot of money. This is a bad investment for some, they would say. You've invested a lot of money in getting this degree only to graduate from college and realize that the degree is essentially useless in this current economy. And the best thing you have going for you is quite possibly driving for Uber, depending on what state you live in, because I think Washington pretty much terminated Uber altogether, or maybe it was Oregon, I can't remember exactly. But gig work, working through these apps, maybe trying to find a job online. There's a lot of different channels that are sharing different jobs online, work from home and things like that. Set your own schedule. Or, you know, maybe quite possibly considering engaging in some of these third-party websites, as mentioned in the clip that I showed you.
Hey guys, it's me, Marie D, back for another creator advice video. This is my YouTube channel, Marie D Creator Advice, where everything I talk about on this channel is basically about being a spicy creator for OnlyFans, Fansly, Slushy, etc. And then also just making it big on social media to help your business. This is mainly aimed towards those OnlyFans creators, but anybody who wants to grow on social media can learn something from. Account just hit 1 million. So happy. I don't use this video for that account, but my main account is at 430K and it has grown literally 10 times from what it used to be. And today is a really, really popular topic that I don't think a lot of creators are taking advantage of. I wasn't. For almost a year of my OnlyFans career, I wasn't doing this. And then I did it for 3 hours and I made almost $5,000.
Or waiting tables, being a server, working for tips.
31, 32, $36,000.
Which we know that the current situation with tips and the whole tip culture and tipflation and everything circulating around tips is probably skating on thin ice and on borrowed time as well. But be that as it may, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it, right? But when you have retailers, for instance, the dollar store, Family Dollar, Dollar General, stores that in essence, in theory, were supposed to be less expensive, more cost-effective options for people to spend their money when they typically didn't have very much money. And these are supposed to be bargain, you know, thrifty, penny pinching options, okay? Local, a close proximity, maybe even walking distance, easy access by public transportation, and the ability to pick up necessities, some food, some sundries, you know, basic household necessities. As we saw, the dollar store, Dollar Tree actually, increased from 4 quarters to 5 quarters. And now we're expecting it to go to 6 quarters. And why is that? Well, we did discuss this briefly a little bit, and I think I'll play the clip for you. And it was about how Walmart CEO officially said that consumers will pay more for convenience. Here, check this out. Two stories happening right now. One being the repeat statistic: 56% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency expense. We're living in a paycheck-to-paycheck nation, and businesses realizing this and using it to their advantage. Walmart CEO says customers willing to pay more for convenience. It's never ending, folks, but now companies like Walmart have introduced Walmart Plus that you now have to pay for to use the self-checkout. Now, granted, you don't have to pay for it to use self-checkout, but as the CEO of Walmart, Doug McMillon, is saying, consumers will pay more for convenience. So they pretty much got folks right where they want them. And this is the beginning of a new shift and a new trend in the economy, and quite possibly one of the many cogs in the wheel of this greatest wealth transfer that has ever taken place, happening right now, with this email that I just received from Sarah that says, Forbes, BlackRock CEO issues an urgent $34 trillion warning that could trigger a Bitcoin price earthquake. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys right now that this is not good. This is actually really bad. And this is going to further strip wealth from those who thought they may have had it, those who thought they may have been holding on to something precious and didn't protect what they had, and ultimately are going to lose it. I actually had a comment come through today telling me that they came through someone came into a pretty substantial size of money, wealth, inheritance, windfall, payday, judgment. I don't know exactly where the money came from, but they asked some questions about what would be best to make this money make more money, essentially creating passive income, which, if you guys want to talk about passive income and ways of developing passive income streams, ways that you can make money while you sleep, then by all means, feel free to reach out, let me know. We can have these talks and discussions, and I can show you the way. However, what's most important is protecting your wealth, okay? And protecting your money and your savings and your bank accounts and your investments and all these different things, because the last thing you want to do is work really hard to achieve and get these things only for them to be lost, taken away, stripped away, depleted, gone, kaputs, bankrupt, wiped out. So this is it, folks. College graduates, 4+ year college graduates with master's degrees can't even get a job in their field of study, a master's in education, and have to resort to waiting tables and working for tips in an economy that I feel like is very shaky from the standpoint of, well, what happens when the folks you rely on to be patrons at these establishments and come in and order these expensive entrees and then tip at least 20% gratuity on this extremely high tab? What happens when they can't do that anymore? What happens when Dollar Tree and the dollar stores and Dollar General and Family Dollar, if Family Dollar even continues to exist, who knows about that one? What happens when these are the go-tos and their shelves become empty and bare and wiped out as high income earners resort to having to shop in these places, albeit providing, offering maybe some of the lowest grade quality nutrition around, and not even, don't even get started on any organic options, because that's non-existent. But what happens when these places become the go-to, when these corporations, these BlackRocks, these Vanguards, these Blackstones, these Walmarts, these Amazons, the rich and wealthy 1%, the owners of America, but the owners of the world for that matter, and our global economy, when they decide that this is it and only the strongest will survive, well, we'll see more of the same. We'll see more folks desperate, searching for the bare minimum that they can receive in any form of income possible. And we're likely to see more folks graduating college with master's degrees, seeking to work at Dollar Tree and Dollar Store and General Dollar and Family Dollar and restaurants and fast food and gig work and, you know, anything possible. College degrees that are going to be hungry, desperate, and fighting tooth and nail to take these opportunities wherever they may be as they become scarce and further far between than their seeming abundance right now. Whereas pretty soon you may get to a point where, yeah, you don't need a college degree to work at the Dollar Tree or to serve or be a waiter or waitress or whatever it may be in the hospitality field. But there will be so many folks with college degrees, master's degrees that are taking up these jobs, and they're holding on to them like grim death and making it that much more difficult for Americans to get by, to earn a living wage, and even have the slightest glimpse of possibly surviving in these challenging times as prices are on the rise. Don't think that this bridge collapse in Baltimore, Maryland isn't going to be an open door for a force majeure type price increase across the board, folks. Whether this was intentional or accidental or there's any conspiracy wrapped around it, at the end of the day, you got to realize the writing is on the wall. I actually spoke to someone today, and I'll share this for another video if you guys want to hear this, but I spoke to someone today in the area who's familiar with what happened and what's going on right now, and what they had to say was chilling at best. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want to hear that story. We've got a whole lot more to discuss, and I'm going to bring it to you. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and you guys take care. Be safe, God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake friends gon' pop.